What's up, guys? Welcome back to Office Hours, where we talk about everything interesting on the internet this week. I am thrilled beyond measure to introduce my co-host this week, Connor Wood, aka Fibula, aka everybody's crush, aka the internet's boyfriend. Hi, Connor.
Hi, Tinx.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. I'm over the moon. This is so much fun. We were just talking moments ago, and seconds ago even, and then she said, welcome back to Office Hours, and you put on your customer service voice.
I know. I have a customer service voice.
It changed.
I know. Should I not do that?
No, I think it's like something that I can't shake either, because I think I kind of did it too.
You have to a lesser degree than me. I have it to a crazy degree.
Yeah.
But it's also because I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, I have a crush on you. So I wish you were older.
The tension in this room.
I know.
If anyone has a knife, we can cut a slice out.
I wish you were older. Although I'm literally talking to one of your friends who's the same age as you.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
So it's like, I guess, I don't know. But I feel like because I was introduced to you and I felt like you were younger than me, you will always be like, I feel protective over you.
Yeah.
It would be predatory. But I can still have a crush.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
I know, vice versa.
Yeah.
I texted you the other day because every time I get on a plane now, there's one thing that Tinx posted so long ago. I chug a bottle of water. Do you actually chug a bottle of water?
Of course.
Okay, because I texted her the other day. I was like, I do that every time I get on a plane.
I love that. And you know who taught me that is Gwyneth Paltrow. So it's like the chain of love is just going.
It's all coming up, Gwen.
I can't believe out of all the shit that I talk, that's the thing that stayed with you is chugging a bottle of water when you get on a plane.
I know.
But you should. It's good for your skin. And you're on the road a lot, so you have to. Are you on tour?
I'm on tour, yeah.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Are there lots of groupies?
Yeah, and what's funny is I think about this too, because you're like keeping the clubbing alive. Like, I think a lot of people forget, I want to go out, I want to go out after my show.
You're how old?
27.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for me, like going out used to be an entirely different beast because there was no phones when I was of age, when I was, a young and going to the clubs. And it would be like, you would put your little flip phone away, you would meet up with your friends and you would just party. You would talk, you would flirt, you would go get a drink. Like there was no screen time. You weren't worried about someone recording you. Right. And I miss that. And I want to bring it back. It's a really important, like, I think I've been searching, like, how can I use my platform in a good way? Like, how can I be of service and give back? And I think I've found, a cause that's special to me. I think that's really what I'm going to, work on raising money for this summer.
Yeah. No, me too. Groupies. So they're not groupies. I literally go out and seek help after my shows. I'm like, maybe I'll run into someone. And every single time I run into a group of people that like take me under their wing and they're like, come. At this most recent show, I was at in Ohio, middle of nowhere, Ohio. It was for a college show. And I went out. I went to 2 bars and I was like, I am actually feeling like a predator.
Why? Because they're younger than you?
I'm alone. It's freshmen watching football. I'm like, I pulled the bouncer aside. This is how desperately I needed a drink, which is like, I was like shaking. I was like, sir, I feel like it's not okay for me to sit in the shadows at this bar. And like, I just wanted 1 or 2 beers. I just did a show. It was a big one. I was excited. I was like, I want to cool down. It's a college town. So I was like, they didn't serve alcohol at the show. So it was weird. So I was like, I need alcohol to fall asleep. I wanted to have a beer or two. So I was like, is there like a bar full of old men that I could go sit at the bar, maybe get in someone's will, have a drink or two? And he's like, honestly, no, there's not. And so I like walked out, my head's down. I'm like, I guess I could just not drink tonight.
That's crazy.
And then somebody came up and they were like, come with us to this bar. It's better. It's more better. And I did. And it was fun.
Nice.
And it was a great night. Yeah.
Older people, like more your age?
They were younger than me, but
still.
Yeah. They like, I get what you're trying to do. Like you just need a group of people.
That's so funny. I also ask for what bar is filled with old men when I'm in any given town. So we have that in common.
Yeah. Right.
What's the best thing you ate this week?
This week?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is the first week ever. Of course, I'm leaving back on tour on tomorrow. And, this is the first week I've gotten groceries in so long.
What did you make? Do you cook?
I try to cook. Yeah. I made white chicken chili.
Oh, I love that.
It's the best. It was so good.
I love chili.
I moved into my new place and I have all these pots and pans and I was like, it felt like I had just recently like gotten divorced, like Girl Who's Gonna Be Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like blowing the dust off of these pans, and I was like, time to find myself in these pots and pans.
There was like a montage in the movie part where you're like taking out and you're cutting the chicken, you're like making it, you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. I pulled the chicken.
Do you live alone?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's so grown up.
I know. Tell me if you feel this. You live alone.
Sadly.
Yeah. There's something so humiliating about cooking a meal. You have all these ingredients, you get all these things out, and then you serve one serving.
You put it down, you put your plate down, and it's just for one. No, it's humiliating. People are like, do you cook? I'm like, no, I don't want to have a mental breakdown every night at 6 p.m. I order Uber Eats like a regular single person.
It's because I made a gallon of white chicken chili. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with it?
No, and I don't want to have like the same thing every day for 5
right.
But I get bored. So yeah, it's humiliating. Okay, so that's great. I love that.
Yeah, it was really good.
And you're going back. Where's the next stop on your tour?
Texas.
I love Texas.
I'm excited.
Sexy.
It should be fun. I'm excited. A bunch of shows next week. My mom is coming. I just talked to her on the phone. She's bringing a party bus. She's taking from her house with her friends. And I was like, okay. She's like, we're bringing 35 people.
Wait, that's so supportive.
I was like, you don't have 35 friends.
You don't know that? You don't know that.
I promise you.
Let her cook.
How many people are playing pickleball? She invited every person that plays pickleball within a 10-mile radius of her to come to my show. But she's been on the phone with the venue all week.
That's really cute.
I'm like, Mom, she's like, we just needed to make sure we coordinated that we were all, I'm like, Mom, these people, like, it's just a show. Like and she's like, well, how do you know we'll be able to sit together? I go, Mom, I've never been to this place. I don't know who they are. I've never met these people. She's like, well, they're really nice. I'll introduce you. I'm like, probably my first and last time going there. It's just like a really,
supportive. She's proud of you. I think that's cute.
I have the same feeling with this experience that I have anytime she's like, what's my password for my email? Like, why would I know that? I don't know. What is your password for? Let's work through this together. Oh my God, I'm talking about it. My heart rate went up.
No, it's fine. It's cute. We love our moms. Okay, what was the most annoying part of your week? I'm really into complaining. I think complaining gets a bad rap, and I think we
tell me yours.
The most annoying part of my week is, gosh, I'm having a barbecue on Saturday and the weather is stressing me out, which like obviously I live a blessed life because like that's not that big an issue, but like I really want the weather to be nice.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, it's LA.
It's LA.
So
it's not LA. We live in Seattle these days. It's so atrocious. It's so insane. And I'm so sick of it. I don't pay 50% taxes, nearly get stabbed every time I leave my fucking house and sit in 19 hours of traffic a day for gray. Okay.
No,
that's just not what I pay for. I want a refund. Like if I wanted to move to Seattle, I would move to Seattle.
Every week without fail. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, this is the exception, of course. I said without fail. Sunny, 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 sunny. And then Friday rolls around and the clouds come in and then you see the sun on Monday.
No, I know. And when I first moved to LA and when I was like starting to be a creator in 2020, I feel like all I did was go to the beach. I didn't have anything to do. Yeah. I would just make TikToks. Those were the days, weren't they?
I didn't enjoy that part of my...
Why? You didn't?
No, my growing out phase. No, I was like, what the fuck? Like all I have to do today is make a TikTok. And then I couldn't make a TikTok. So it was like paralyzing.
Yeah. It's like performance anxiety.
Yeah.
Well, I like
this
that.
This is such a... beyond first 0.5 world problems.
I know. Trust me. I know.
Oh, the TikTok, making a TikTok was so hard and the weather's not good for my barbecue. Should we kill ourselves?
Probably. No, it's good to be grateful. Is there a more annoying part of my week? No,
oh yeah.
That's it. You say, what's yours?
I'm trying to think. Oh, I got my dog fixed.
Oh my God.
Which was fine.
Who takes care of your dog when you're gone?
I have good network of people that don't have dogs and they're like, I want a dog. I'm like, please don't get one because it's so nice. They want a dog so bad that they are like fighting each other for who watches them. And I'm like, yeah,
that's amazing. You're like, oh, go battle it out.
And as soon as they get a dog, they're like, I can't watch them. I'm like, no one should have a dog except me so that I have all the power, all these nannies that are so ready to step in.
So he got fixed. Was he horny?
No, he wasn't horny. He's still not horny. The weird thing is, so I adopted him.
Good for you.
Thank you. I love saying that.
I know, same.
It's crazy. Like they give you discounts on stuff because you adopted a dog.
The moral superiority I feel.
It's insane.
I'm like, I rescued both of my cats.
If you can slip that into any sentence, just know you're getting a free coffee.
Yeah, at the very least.
But
so he's not horny.
He's not. He was never horny. But the annoying part is he hates his cone. He cannot figure out his cone. Yeah. So he sits places like and won't move. Oh. The weird part is, this is probably oversharing.
Nothing is oversharing over here.
So they took the balls out.
Yeah.
They don't remove the sack, the ball sack.
What?
So it's just like an empty sack.
But why wouldn't they just tie the tubes?
So he doesn't have tubes because he has balls instead of tubes.
Okay, fine.
So they took the balls out. But in a
human, it's tube tying.
But girls.
No, in guys.
Guys get their...
No, guys get their tubes. Guys don't get
They get a vasectomy. I think they get their tubes clipped. No?
Right, but they don't get their balls cut off.
Oh, you keep your balls when you get a vasectomy.
Yes. Are you kidding me? You think that there's... No.
No. I know, but you get your tubes... Is that the scientific term? Is medical term? Is you get your tubes tied as a man?
That's what they write on the hospital.
Really?
No, they. You're saying no. They don't remove your balls if you have a vasectomy.
Well, I know that because you can get a reverse vasectomy. They don't hold on. They don't pickle your balls and then put them back in if you want it reversed. Oh yeah, we got your balls right here. Let me
just get them back. Yeah, they're still good. Let me just give them a little shake.
They don't do that, as far as I know.
You have to rehydrate them.
Yeah, they dried them out. They freeze dried my balls. You're getting your eggs frozen. I'm getting my balls frozen, and then we're gonna pull them back out in a couple of years when we're done with our careers. Put them back in. Oh my god! So
you're saying he's got an empty sack?
He's got an empty sack, and he's like too old. So my understanding is that I should get used to the empty sack blowing around in the wind and making. When the windows are open in the car.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow, that's tough. Yeah.
I sorry for all the visuals.
No, I feel bad for him. I mean, I know balls are like they're central to a man's identity. So I feel, and dogs too, I assume. So.
His were so big. Sorry. It was like I lived with Max and his balls. Yeah. It wasn't like, Max is.
I've dated a guy like that before.
Yeah. Hey, those things got to pay rent. Table for 3?
Reservation.
Table for 4, I guess.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anyways.
Okay, this is my last warm-up question. Not that you needed warming up. If you had to hide a giraffe from the government, where would you do it and why?
Probably like upstate New York.
Okay. Why?
I feel like those woods up there are They're dense. Woods.
Yeah.
Like when people talk about the woods, like that's what I think about.
But you have to keep him alive too. So how would you would you put an air tag on him and just let him roam?
An air tag's a good idea.
Yeah.
I hadn't gotten that far. Yeah. I guess you would let him roam. Yeah. Why not?
But the government has multiple helicopters. They could.
Why does the government need this draft back so much?
That's not the point.
They have bigger draft to fry than my draft. Why? What is... Okay. I guess I needed... Context is so key in this story.
Can you imagine how big a giraffe's balls must be? Huge.
Do giraffe have balls?
For sure.
Don't mind me Googling something really quick. It's unrelated.
If I had to hide a giraffe from the government... This is kind of fucked up, but like if I really had to do it...
Whoa. Go on.
Huge.
Yeah. Do you want to see?
Yeah.
This is like a table centerpiece. Mamma mia.
Honestly, not as big as I thought.
I mean...
Compared?
It looks like a Volkswagen Jetta to me.
All right. So how do you feel about the royal family? Neutral, positive, negative?
It's like that's kind of like watching... like a Discovery Channel video on like there's a frog and a lizard and they're fighting. And if I see it from the frog's perspective, I'm like, he's hungry. He needs to feed his thousands of tadpoles. I don't know how that relationship works. But if they show me the lizard's perspective, I'm like, oh, this poor lizard needs to get away.
Right.
You know? So it's like fish got to swim, birds got to eat.
Right.
I guess that would have been better.
Yeah.
But so like when I see a documentary about like, oh, look at this is a family, you know?
Yeah.
But then when I look from the other side, I'm like, oh, a lot of them are pretty
maybe
evil.
Bad, yeah.
War criminals.
Well, this week, King Charles had his portrait unveiled, and people had a lot of thoughts. How do you interpret this portrait? Do you think they did him dirty? What do you think?
I can't believe if I was him and I pulled this out, I'd be like,
I know.
Wow.
I know. And it's so insane to me that they did it recording him. Like for the first time he pulled the sheet off and his face was kind of like, whoa, Jesus Christ. I mean, I think that the person who did it hates him.
I think a lot of people hate him, but they definitely have like an inside guy that's got some beef with Charles. That is insanity for a man that will be dead within the week.
No, it's insanity. God forbid. It's so red. It's just so red. And it's like, did they forget? I feel like they did his face and they were like, oh my God, I'm so bored. Like, I'm just going to crayon over the rest of it. Cause it's just like his face and then it's all red and one random butterfly, which is really ominous. Like, why is there one butterfly almost landing on his shoulder? Is that death? Is that the Grim Reaper coming to get him? Is it, a lot of people have said it's period blood because of that tampon thing.
What tampon thing? What tampon thing?
I don't know. Okay, I hate to be the one to tell you this.
Oh, no.
There was like they hacked the phone calls of Camilla and Charles when they were like in the talking stage. And
I didn't even...
You don't even know about this?
No, I didn't know they had phones when they were in the talking stage. He's like 140.
They were in the talking stage kind of like later because he was married to Diana first.
Yeah.
Anyway, he made a comment about wanting to... Anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
So,
I don't remember the comment. You don't have to rehash if you don't want to, but okay.
So people are kind of like, is it a nod to that? To like, you know.
You wanted that so bad? You got it. That's how you're going to be remembered.
If my sexting got leaked, I would... Okay, well, actually, I've thought about this a lot because I'm fast and loose with my sexting. Everybody on my podcast knows that. I'm very into it. If it was released, I'd be like, you're welcome, because I was an English major.
Yeah.
I have a master's in journalism. My sexting is stunning and beautiful. It's artistic. It's the vocabulary most people probably wouldn't even understand. So I would be fine with it. I'm at peace with it. But I think for most people, if your phone sex was leaked or you're sexed, it would be embarrassing. And I think for Charles, it's like, maybe this is kind of like a little bit of, coming back to haunt him.
Yeah. I mean, you talk a big game, especially on the phone. He's like, oh shit.
For sure.
I'm going to pound you into next week. It's like, oh my God, I'm actually in bed with crumbs all over my belly button. I'm not pounding shit besides the rest of this bag of Cheetos. But yeah, no, I think that would suck. I can't imagine. Obviously, if it's you and you're like Emily Dickinson in the text, it's like, what can I compare your dick to? A summer's day?
Exactly.
But I don't think that I remember these texts that you can't recover. I guess, that'll haunt him for a long time. Or
listen, I love Charles. I think he's sweet. I know he's, no person is all good or all bad. I know he's had some fumbles, etc. But I feel bad about this portrait because I feel like, he's already sick. He's dealing with a lot. And now he has this ugly picture. And like, I know how I feel when there's an ugly picture of me. Yeah. And I don't think he looks ugly per se. I just think he looks like he's covered in blood, which is like, stressful. But yeah.
I think it's so hard for me to be mean to old people.
No, same. I can't believe it. When I read the comments on like some of the royal family stuff, even when the queen passed away, like, and the comments on it, I was like, you guys are going to hell. Like, I just could never say that about an old person. It's messed up. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like posthumously being like, fuck this person. It's like, what's the point of even saying that?
I know.
What are you gaining?
Literally. Are you seeing anyone?
No.
Are you on dating apps?
No.
So Zayn Malik got kicked off of Tinder because no one believed he was the real Zayn Malik.
So sad.
And I mean, why Tinder? Like, I wonder why he's not on a different app, like a Hinge.
Honestly, Tinder has been a rock.
Yeah.
Like,
like a mainstay. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Tinder is the one where you can't actually just send a photo in Tinder, though.
No. Oh, you can't. I'm not on it. Yeah.
So it'd be hard to confirm that it's him. So that's probably where
you see this note here, Tinx note, the time you were kicked off. I was kicked off a dating app. Yeah. I won't say which one because I'm going to get kicked off again. But
got it.
I was kicked off it and I had to do some back channeling to get back on it. And I talk a lot of shit about dating apps. Like I'm very critical of them because I talk a lot about dating on my show and whatever. But like ultimately I think of them as a tool, like an Uber Eats.
Right.
Like I think people get them wrong. I think people go on there for validation and they want to, you know, have a little look-see. And when they're Sunday, they feel depressed, blah, blah, blah. It's a tool. It's like ordering food. You're just
a means to an end.
A means to an end. Why aren't you on them?
Haven't had any good experiences. And also it's kind of like when I was on Raya for a long time, when I was like actively on Raya, anytime I didn't match with someone, there would be a TikTok and it would go viral. Oh. People's TikToks about me and my dating profiles like go way more viral than stuff I sit down and film. Okay.
Yeah. So girls would make a video literally being like, he didn't match with me. That's insane. That's so messed up.
It was flattering because it's like, oh, neither did this guy or this guy or this guy. And they were all like, there was like an A-lister in there. I'm like, oh, feels good.
Oh, I remember. I've seen that TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right when I was like, all right, it's kind of like going to... It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just really vulnerable to like be out there and then be like, oh, you're going to film this? It's like being at a bar and being like, oh, I'm tipsy at this bar and seeing someone with their phone.
I know, and you're like, fuck, yeah. Sober. I know, I hate that. Yeah. I hate that. And I like to party and I'm not embarrassed about it, but like, it's just that feeling of like, you're so fucked up at a party and then you see like the light in the corner and you're just like, God damn it. Like, that's annoying. And God, I definitely have sometimes people been like, oh, is it really you on certain dating apps? And I'm like, yes, bitch.
Yeah. There's a lot of, someone else is just, unfortunately it's me.
Sadly.
It's not a catfish.
Sometimes people are like, I can't believe that you would be on Hinge. I'm like, well, I am. So.
Yeah, everybody's. I mean, Zayn Malik is on Tinder.
He's on Tinder. So here are some other celebrities that have gotten kicked off dating apps. Alicia Silverstone, Louis Capaldi, Billy Eichner, Andy Cohen, Sam Smith, Leslie Jones have all admitted to being kicked off of dating apps for various reasons. So it happens. I'm very into meeting people in real life, though.
Yeah, I hope we're going through like a bell curve renaissance situation where people are going to go out now.
Yeah.
Would you get set up by your friends?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All of my boyfriends have been through like setups.
Yeah.
Or do you want to set me up?
Yeah. I mean, I'm loving this person you're talking to right now. How's that going?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's like fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
He's
the best.
It's fun. It's sweet. It's like, it's fun and sweet.
Yeah.
But if you were to have someone...
Oh, Jesus. No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This guy, he seems like your type too.
He's sweet.
Southern, kind of.
I've never dated a Southern guy before, but I've recently gotten into country music, and also I feel like it's my Southern era. It's my time.
Yeah.
Because I like to date. I don't have a type. Like I'm not like that. Oh, he has to be like this and that. Not me. I like to taste the rainbow. Like I want to do like different types of Ken dolls. Like I'm like, oh, country Ken, like, New York City Ken, like this. I'm like, it's so fun, So
you like dating gay guys?
Honestly, yeah.
He's perfect in every way except he's not attracted to you sexually.
Totally. I do. I wish that, I mean, every day I wake up and I'm like, is it my time to be, with women?
Yeah.
So far, I pray every morning and nothing yet, but I think soon.
You'll get there.
I'll get there. Yeah.
Conversion therapy and the opposite direction.
So speaking of, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Did you see the portal between New York City and Dublin?
I sure did.
I am so sad that I wasn't there. So if you don't know what we're talking about, it's a video portal connecting New York City and Dublin. And it went viral because it lasted for like 3 days. And then people started flashing their titties. People started flashing their butts. People were trying to have sex in front of it. Like, which I think like, again, let them cook. Like if that's what we need right now, let them.
I think put it in a different neighborhood.
Or put it in a different neighborhood. That's a good idea too.
Put it in Bushwick.
Yeah.
Let them fuck.
The portal ultimately shut down after OnlyFans model and social media personality Ava Louise, who lifted her shirt, went viral on social media. I thought the people of Dublin deserved to see my 2 New York homegrown potatoes. That's a girl after my own heart.
See, she's a hustler.
She's a hustler. Also, homegrown potatoes. We got to show Dublin the best that America has to offer.
Yeah.
We have some good tits over here.
It's funny. So speaking of potato, the potato famine, of course, you're familiar.
I love potatoes.
So did the Irish, because that's all they could eat for a while. I'm sure they're sick of them. But someone in New York was like, oh, look at this potato.
Yeah.
And then Dublin was like, well, look at these 2 buildings that got planes crash into them. So that was kind of like tit for tat.
Oh, shit.
Or I guess it was tits for tat.
Tits for
That's what we hit him with. But I mean, she got the best promo possible. She put her body on the line for the promo. She put the portal on the line. We can't have shit.
We can't have shit.
I mean, how are you going to regulate something like that where it's live stream in real time?
You're not. Yeah. It's sick though. It's really cool. I wonder why they picked Dublin and not like another city. I wish they would just do it for all. I think they should do like a new city every week. It's fun. It's cool. I like that stuff. I also feel like humans just like, we need to be silly and we need to have fun again. And this is a perfect example of that. So I think that they should restart it. And look, if there's some tits, that's like the least of our worries right now. Oh, boobs. Like it's so American. It's so puritanical. Like, I know. Oh my God, take my eyes, but not the boobs. Like,
I know. I think maybe the solution could be, God forbid I find a solution. No one ever asked me. A couple second delay. You black out the screen for a second. It doesn't have to be 100% IRL, live. IRT.
Yeah.
Yeah. In real time, if you will.
Okay. There's an 11-day nude cruise.
Yes.
Bare Necessities is partnering with Norwegian Cruise Line and renaming the boat the Big Nude Boat. The nude
creative.
Yeah, very creative. The nude cruise is scheduled to sail from Miami to the Caribbean next February. Passengers are only required to cover up inside the dining rooms and when they are disembarking the ship for any sightseeing. Fondling and inappropriate touching is prohibited. Would you go?
I would go.
You would?
Yeah.
I don't like being trapped places.
Oh, I wouldn't go on a cruise. No.
Okay, fine.
I would go be naked with these people, sure.
Did you grow up in a naked house?
What was that?
Did you grow up in a naked house? See, I didn't at all, but
How are you doing? Anything you want to?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Like I grew up in a very like conservative, like that, some people you're just like, whoa, everyone,
Yeah.
But I am the most like naked in front of my friends person ever. But I went to an all girls school. So I'm very like, yeah.
No, never seen anyone in my family naked that I can remember. So I think that was a good cutoff date. Like once my consciousness started storing memories, I never saw my dad's naked body. Good. Or mom's. I want to clear that up.
As it should. But will you be naked in front of your friends?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like if you go to a gym, do you like cover your bits when you are walking from place to place?
Yeah. Like I'm not walking around intentionally. And there are people that do that. And I'm like, it reminds me of men who buy really nice cars and then drive like Abbott Kinney, for example, in circles. I'm like, we're eating outside. We're sitting at a table. I've seen you 4 times.
You're not looking for parking. We know you have a Ferrari.
We see you. Yeah. Your Tesla Cybertruck is awesome, man. Good job.
Yeah.
But you missed a rule.
What?
They don't let you, if you sit down, you have to be clothed. You cannot sit down naked.
That's good because there's a lot of talk about balls.
Talk about crack to seat contact.
I mean, honestly, I don't know why I said balls.
The balls, yeah.
Girls leave more of a, there's, anyway. Yeah, I think that I went to this Japanese spa in LA recently and it's huge. It's like it was like so big. And there was just, women do not really on the whole cover up in that stuff. And I'm comfortable with that. I think it's cool. But I know what you mean. Like some people are a little too comfortable where they're like parading around. Right. And I'm just like, you've done laps. Like we know you have perfect tits. You have a great ass, whatever. Or sometimes I just feel like people want to be like, I've got a full bush and I want to show everyone. Yeah. And I'm like, I get it. Like that's your choice. You choose your choice. Like it's fine. But yeah.
Make a Twitter
for sure.
Go to the portal.
11-day nude cruise. I wonder if they'll sell out. I will be so curious.
I bet they will.
You think?
Yeah. I think a lot of people want to talk about how they're going to go on this cruise too. And I bet there's going to be, what I'm curious about is they're not locking your phone.
They're not. I
so
know.
What are you Are you filming people? Are they all respectful of each other?
I feel like the nudist community is like weirdly respectful. Like it's almost like they're less sexual than us who wear clothes because that's just their normal. I think that they're just desensitized to it because if you're always naked, it's not like, ooh, a dick, you know?
And it's not, yeah.
Which is how I react every time I see one.
Whoa. It's not a sexual cruise.
It's not a sexual cruise. There are sexual cruises.
There's a deviant cruise. Yeah. I think it's called deviant something. That would smell. Can you imagine the smell of that ship?
Oh my God. I've actually seen.
Land ahoy. Yeah. We don't want you. Stay on the sea. Stay over there. PU.
I've actually seen this one couple on TikTok. They go on them and they were like, you paint your door with like, or you put whatever you're into, kind of like, remember those parties? You're probably too young, but like where you would wear the different bracelets and it would be like, if you have a yellow bracelet, you're like going to hook up with someone. If you have a red bracelet,
those
you're
are coming
down
back.
Okay. Well, we should throw one. Those are so fun. That's actually so fun.
I have all the bracelets on. Fuck it. Like a rave. Everyone sees these, right? Wearing all of them.
I'm done. But yeah, this couple, and they put on their door like they're a couple seeking a third, you know, there's different, you know. So I think that makes sense to me for just like really horny people who swing. That makes total sense. But I don't know, maybe the nude thing is they just want to be naked and it's their thing. I definitely like to tan topless when I'm in Europe, but I don't think that's like totally the same thing.
I've gone to a couple nude beaches.
And put it out?
Yeah, but it's funny because I've gone with friends and it's kind of like you go with friends, you are immediately, I don't want to say teenage, but like you feel like a, you're like, no one look at me, and no one is looking at you. Yeah. They're looking at you because you're making a huge scene.
Deal of it. Yeah.
If you're on a nude beach and you're wearing clothes, it's like, okay, don't flatter yourself.
Literally, like
look around.
Like that's such a good point. It's like your dick isn't special. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like whatever. Who cares?
I had somebody came up to my group of friends. We were in Hawaii, like last year actually.
Being nude.
Yeah, my friend texted me as a joke. He's like, "Hey, I know you're there with everyone." He knows all the friends I was with. He's like, "Tell them you want to take them to this beach, and don't tell them that it's a nude beach." No. And so I took them, and it was hysterical. They're like, "Is that guy surfing on a surfboard?" Like, taking
you're
away
lying.
He's this like probably 65, 70-year-old guy, leather skin, just surfing like this longboard. Is that guy's dick out? And I was like, yes it is. And yours is about to be too. And we all went and we like
took him out,
got naked. And this guy came out to us and said something that was like, hey, like no one's looking at you. Granted, his leg was propped up on a rock. And I was like, okay, well, his, you wanted to look at anything else, but he was just kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah,
like
it's okay.
Enjoy it. Have fun. Like everyone else there, by the way, is 6 years old. So it's not like for that reason, we were like young making a scene, but it was fun. Yeah. I forgot his wisdom that he imparted on me, but it was something like, enjoy it. Enjoy your body. No one's looking at you. Oh, that's like so dance nice. Like no one's watching, but it's kind of just like that. Yeah, rock out with your cock out.
I actually really love that. I think it's like you get to a point where you're just like, I'm so lucky to be in this body. And it's just like, you know, I think especially for women, we go through so much like hatred about ourselves. And then honestly, when I hit 30, I was like, I love my body. Yeah. I'm obsessed. And all I want to do is like use it for everything that it can do because our time is limited. And it's just like, it's there to be used and have fun and surf naked and, you know, other stuff. So
no one's looking at you.
No one's looking at
That's
you.
That's a good takeaway.
I know that the narcissist to me, that hurts me.
I know.
Okay. So you luckily I have purse. Yeah. So the reason I say that is because the House of the Dragon star who came up with the thing that said Negroni Spagliato with the Prosecco in it. when it was Olivia Cooke and Emma Darcy. And that was like an entire summer that we couldn't stop saying that. Yeah. And she said that she hated it. Olivia Cooke said she hated it. I did hate the meme for a very long time. I was in the pub. A woman opened the door for me and she said with a thick Spanish accent, stunning. And I was just like, oh my God, over a decade's worth of work reduced to a single word in my lexicon. So as someone who has had a recent viral TikTok sound, how do you feel about it? Positive or negative?
That's like the most pick-me complaint I've ever heard.
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh, like, would you rather it be a line from your one show? If it was a line from House of Dragon, you'd be like, oh, all my work, and they only remember the one line from House of Dragon. Cry me a river.
Also, like, that's not how things work. Like, just get over yourself. Like, any virality, like positive virality is good.
And it's fun.
And if you need to take yourself so seriously. Yes. I just feel like she's probably like a really serious actor and she doesn't get the whole TikTok thing or whatever. But it's like, to have a viral sound on TikTok, that's the dream.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's annoying to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so funny. Now I'm like the I have purse guy and I feel the same thing. But in the comments, everyone's like, that's Fibula. That's Fibula. Oh, that's like Connor. What? Like, put some respect. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Cause like, whatever. People are like, oh, it's viral. It was actually last week. This happened in October of last year is when we posted the video. Yeah. And so now it's popping up. It was like the top search thing yesterday. I have purse.
It's so funny. I remember when I saw it, I was like, this tickles a part of my brain that feels so good. I love it.
It's the funniest thing in the world to me is when someone like flubs a word, or if they're like, I was reading a book, or if it was like, I was breeding a rook. I'm like, oh, you were breeding a rook? Like, oh, were you? That is like the funniest thing. I cannot ever let it slide. So that happened, and my only qualm with that clip is that was a day I was hungover and I wore just like whatever was sitting on my couch, and like of course that would pick up and go viral. Of course,
it's always the times, yeah. But it's so good.
That's my one thing.
Yeah, but now you love it. You don't mind when people say
no, I don't care at all. And it's so easy to be like, oh, like you want to do a video? Yeah, purse.
Yeah.
Bye. Like,
it's like my experience with the internet is. Honestly, the more things you can make your own, the better. Like the more, whether it's a sound, whether it's a like or a dislike or whatever, I think that's an easy way to bond with your community. And it's fun. Like you said, most importantly, like the internet should be fun. And I honestly, like on this point, I can't stand when people are like bite the hand that feeds them, or they're like picky about what makes them famous. Like when a celebrity like hates what made them famous, like whether like back in the day or whatever, I can't fucking stand it. It really grinds my gears. I was actually thinking about this because I love Craig David. I don't know if you know who that is, but like he recently did a concert in New York and my friend went to it and he was saying that he was like, he played 7 days twice. And I was like, that's a man after my own heart. If you don't know who Craig David is, honestly, get some education. He has this song from the 90s, like 7 days, where it's like, the fact that he played it twice, 25 years later, I'm like, you get it. Because that's why people are there. Don't play your fucking new music. Nothing annoys me more when you go to a fucking concert and they play, who's the guy who sings Brown Eyed Girl?
Van Morrison.
Okay, let me tell you something about fucking Van Morrison. I love Van Morrison so much, all right? I went to his concert in like 2015. Okay, I was so excited at the Fox in Oakland, one of the best places to see live music in this country. He didn't play a single song that I knew. And I know extensive Van Morrison. He played only from his new fucking album. Yikes. His new album that he recorded when he was fucking 68? Cut me some fucking slack.
That's bad.
That's not really why I'm here. I'm not here for your new album. It annoys me so much. Or it's like, or if it's like a child star and like you ask them about like, oh, what about your show that you did? And they're like, oh, that. And I'm like, yeah, that. Because you know what? That's why I know your fucking name.
Yeah. You never hear Zendaya talk about Shake It Up.
Oh, okay. Replay by Zendaya. Like,
good song.
It's honestly a banger.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's a certified banger. I wish she would talk about it more.
She should do some more music.
She should do some more music. She can do anything that she wants.
I saw Kings of Leon in high school and they didn't play Someone Like You or Sex on Fire. And I was like, you lost a fan. I'm never going to not talk about how they didn't play their, granted, it was like the only songs I knew. But I was like, I'm not going to, sure, save them for the end. But play them.
No, you have to play them. That's honestly fucked up. And Sex on Fire is a very important song to me.
Yeah.
Because you know that this is like a segue.
No, you're thinking of Sexed on Fire. That's why it's important to you.
No, I'm not. I lit myself on fire in college.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
When I was having sex with my boyfriend.
Okay.
And then what
part of you caught on fire?
My finger. See that?
Oh
That's
my
where they
God.
stitched me
She's
up.
not lying at all.
I had to have skin grafts. Yeah.
What?
But
where were your fingers?
They were hanging on by a thread. But when my boyfriend was driving me to the ER, I was like blacked out and like also in shock. And he was like, I know that this is like you're not going to find this funny now, but I know you and I know you'll want this for the story. And he turned on Sex on Fire.
That's good.
And that's why I decided to make him be my boyfriend. Because I was like, honestly, yeah, you're completely right. Like I'm going to tell this story till the day I die because it's so good. And thank God that you played this song. So anyway, it's a very important song to me. And I would be devastated if they didn't play. Like people just don't know what's good for them.
I don't. I wanted to shake them and be like, we would love you more if you played.
If you
your old
just
stuff.
lean in, just lean in.
You think you're too good for Sex on Fire?
Honestly, to that point, I need to do more Rich Mom videos because that's all people want from me, and I haven't done one in like a year. But for me, it's not that I don't want to do them; it's that they got like bigger than me, and I got nervous to do them because it was like my OG content, and I was like, if I too much time passed in between them, and now I'm like, I don't know, and like I got too in my head about it.
I know, and it sucks when you do a video kind of like you used to, and someone's like, "These used to be funnier."
I know.
Whoa.
That hits so hard. It's awful,
horrible.
I mean, people say like you used to be funnier all the time to me, and I'm like, yeah. You're absolutely fucking right.
I wish that they would just tell me to die, or call me ugly.
Yeah.
Don't say I used to be funnier. There's actually nothing I could do about that.
No, there's nothing I could do. It was a different time, and I had less mental illness. So, okay. A man says that his emotional support alligator has gone missing.
Good.
Mr. Henny from Pennsylvania and his pet alligator Wally have become internet famous. When he was denied entry to a Phillies game, Wally is 5.5 feet long and is credited for helping relieve his owner's depression. So you have a dog.
Yeah. True.
Is he your emotional support animal?
No. I think he gives me more anxiety because
of his balls.
Well, he'll just look at me and I'm like, I can't, are you okay? And he doesn't tell, and then I have anxiety. I'm like, is he mad? Like, did I feed him right? Does he have a stomach ache? He doesn't make any noise ever, but he'll just look at me. I'm like, I don't know what you mean.
Well, he's asking where his balls are right now.
I know he is. I know. But no, in no way is he my emotional support animal.
What's your emotional support thing? Like, what makes you feel good?
Alcohol, I would say, is my emotional support.
Same.
Yeah.
It's so charming when a guy says it. I just need to speak on that for a second. Yeah. It's so charming. I mean, I get it. You're also like younger than me, whatever, blah, blah, but like, it's so charming when a guy says like, oh, I like to have a couple beers. And when I say like, oh, I have like my emotional support
you
wine.
have a problem.
Everyone's like, you have a problem. You got to lock it up. I don't. I just love alcohol. It's my emotional support martinis.
I know. I got a pack for this next leg tonight, and I'm looking forward to having a few drinks and packing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
I love to do that. No, I recently was like, I landed in Mexico last weekend, and I was like, one of the greatest beers that you can have is the beer that you
Were you in Cabo?
I was in Cabo.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Is the beer that you have when you land in Mexico. It is one of the most beer. And then I got on this thing and I was like, what are the other best beers that you can have? So let me just tell you a few of mine.
Tell me. I can't wait. This is so fun.
It's so fun. Okay. So the first beer that you have at any sports game, when you're like getting your seat and you're like settled and you like have the first beer and you take the first sip and you're like, ooh, this is going to be fun.
Big plastic cup.
Cup. The first beer after you ski.
I just got chills.
I know. So did I. The beer after you ski, you come in and you're like hot, tired, sweaty.
Oh my God,
and the beer is so fucking cold and it like quenches your thirst. You're like, I don't want a water. Get that away from me. I want a beer. Shower beer.
We have the same list. This is crazy.
The beer that you have when you're so brutally hungover, you're literally shaking and you're like, this might be the end of my life. Yep. And you take the beer and you're like, this is either going to help me or hurt me. You take the first sip and you're like, it's going to help me. That's one of the best beers that you can have hungover. any beer that a cute boy buys you because it just like means more.
Yeah.
So like he goes to the bar and he brings you back. Oh, I have another good one. So, you know, when you've been drinking all night and you know you're fucked up and it's like 2-3 in the morning and you're like, you look at yourself in the bathroom mirror, you're like, whoa, I'm drunk. And you're like, we're going to switch to beer. You've been slamming cocktails all night. At least this is what I do. And I come back out and I'm like, go to the bartender and I'm like, I would like a Bud Light. Yeah. That beer tastes so good.
It's water because it tastes like water.
It's water. Yeah. It's helping you. It's bringing you down. Do you have any other of the top beers? Isn't this a fun game?
It's so good. It's so much fun. I think I have a list too, but before I get to the list.
You do?
Yeah. I have it, I think, in my phone or I've already posted it, but okay. They're not here. So whatever. I have some though. One, when you are with like a coworker or something and you kind of look at each other, do you want to like get a beer? You know?
I love that.
But it's like not a drinking thing, but it's not like a not drinking thing.
Yeah. And you just, you know, you're kind of going to get into it a little bit.
That rush of being like, I know we're at like a work. Do you want to like have a beer? Yes. That beer is so good.
Yes.
It gets you drunk immediately.
1,000%.
I think a beer with, I have one. A beer in between the day and the night when you're on a trip and you're showering, people are getting ready in your room.
Oh my God.
You're playing like a Calvin Harris, slide by Calvin Harris, and you're showered, you're fresh, and you open like a hotel mini fridge beer.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
And your skin is tan. You're like, ooh, I look good.
You put on fresh clothes that you had a fit ready for dinner that night.
Yeah. And you know, you're going to have a really fun night and the beer is so cold. And your friend is like, okay, we're leaving in 10. And you're like, oh my God, I could.
Oh, you're smiling ear to ear because you don't know any better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's going to come? You don't know what's going to come.
Yeah.
I could think of more. Simply a beer on a lake.
Fine.
A lake beer.
Such a good one. A lake beer is so stunning and delicious. It's so beautiful. You feel so good. Oh my God. I love a cold beer. It's so nice.
I also like a beer when you are somewhere first and your friends are coming.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and you're sitting there and right then you don't need to be on your phone. You know your friends are coming, so it's not like I'm having a beer by myself. It's like, everyone thinks I'm here by myself, but like pretty soon my friends are going to get here and then everyone's going to think I'm cool in the restaurant.
It's the best. Wow.
Oh, I could do a full podcast episodes on like the best
beer. Yeah. I think like when you're in a European city, another one I said, and you're like walking around with your friends and like you're on a trip so you can start drinking absurdly early. And like, so it's like noon and you're all just like, let's have a beer, like standing up in one of those big goblets that they have in Europe. And like, it feels special because you're in Europe and you're like, this beer is fancy. And like, it's just so good. And you feel like you're in Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Love
like,
that.
I'm cool. Like this beer doesn't have any calories. Like it's sick.
A beer with your parents too is really good.
No, stop. That's so sweet. I know. Stop. I'm going to cry. That's so sweet.
Every time I come home, usually if I'm in Texas or something, it's for a wedding and then I'll spend an extra 2 or 3 days at my parents' house because I'm like having the scaries about how drunk I got at whatever wedding. This is with my high school or college friends. So I'm always like, ooh, that was too much. I talked too much. I picked up someone's mom, spun her around. So I'll go to my parents' house and I'm like, I need to like detox. And my dad will always be like, oh, I got these new beers. And I'm like, oh, good. Let's have it. You know, I'm like, I'm trying not to drink, but then I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's on me. I'm having a beer with my dad.
And it's with your parents. And it's like good. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. I really hope to have a beer tonight or tomorrow.
I know. Now I'm
horned up for one.
I know. Oh, got one more. Sorry. A roadie.
Okay.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Not when I'm driving.
Okay, fine.
Oh my God. Okay. No, I'm not. The best beer ever when you're drinking and driving. When someone tosses me my keys at the end of the night. Woo, see you guys. I'm gonna have this last beer. No, when you're getting into an Uber and the Uber's like, yeah, you can bring them.
Oh my God, totally. I have like to-go cups that are disguised in my, because I love a roadie. Oh my God.
What do you think this was, coffee? It was red wine.
Espresso martini. Yeah, I love a roadie. Oh my God, a roadie. Or like you're walking with like your beer. Also, again, in Europe, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. So it's like you're walking around with a beer, like you have in a little cup you took from the hotel. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
This is crazy. I've never had the same exact reaction. Like,
It just feels so good. The first sip, that first sip feeling. I think that's Starbucks tagline, but whatever. It should be beer's tagline.
What can I compare that to? Like, I don't know how to, when I'm talking to someone who isn't an alcoholic,
I know.
I'm like, what gives you this feeling? They're like, a hug from my baby. Shut the fuck up. Go skiing. Have you had a Modelo?
Yeah. Okay. That was good. I better have a beer this weekend. Like, I'm not kidding.
I better have a beer this weekend. Yeah.
I better have a beer.
Have 30.
Okay. Chris Pratt says Usher is his wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger's hall pass. So, do you think...
I thought you were going to stop at Chris Pratt says Usher is his wife. I was like, hang on. Did you mean to say Diddy? I'm confused. Okay, sorry.
Do you think that you're anyone's hall pass?
Yeah. Oh my God. So I had this one show in New York at Bell House.
Okay.
No, not at Bell House. At Chelsea something. Some Chelsea. There's a Chelsea Market, and then there's Chelsea. There's a theater right there, Chelsea Music Hall. And I had this show, and in the front row, I have this joke about boyfriends that look like they're suicidal at my shows because they get dragged there by their girlfriend. And there was a boyfriend in the front row. I was like, oh, perfect. Like, oh, you look like you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah.
Here's this joke's for you. And he's like, let me stop you right there. And he's in the front row, so I can hear him. Yeah. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, he had a goodie bag of something, and he's like, you're my girlfriend's hall pass. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, here, take this bag. I was like, I don't want to get any closer to you because I feel like you're going to grab my neck. Like,
what was in the bag?
It was like a bunch of cool. It was like bracelets, like,
I thought it was sex toys. No, I thought he was like, this is what you'll need for. Oh,
no. Well, no. And she was really sweet. He came around later on in the set, but, I froze. Obviously, that's a great moment if you can do crowd work, but I froze.
Yeah.
I could probably manage it now, but I was like sweating. I was like, they're so close. Your hall pass is supposed to be a little bit inaccessible.
Right.
It should be degrees of separation in between you and and I was like, you guys are right. I'll fuck you both right now. Let's do it. I'm just walking out with you after the show. It's like,
have you had a threesome?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so that could have been it.
They could have taken my three-way V card. Yeah.
Yeah, and had a beer after.
My three-way V. Yeah. One of the best beers after a threesome. Beer and a cigarette. And then you got to think about everything that you just did.
Oh my gosh.
She must be horrified because I do tell that story every now and then. And
that's also pretty brutal to make your boyfriend go with you to see your hall passes show.
They have a strong relationship, I think.
Clearly. I mean, maybe it kind of makes me feel like maybe they get off on a little jealousy thing.
Yeah.
I've definitely had that before where I'm like, if I know my boyfriend thinks a girl is cute, then it kind of turns me on to see them in the same place.
Yeah.
I feel like,
whoa,
is that
that's
weird?
Crazy. No, that's great.
I'm just being honest.
No, I think
great. It could be that, but that's flattering. That's so nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was cool. I was just not
you weren't ready.
Yeah, to tackle that.
I wonder who else is your hall pass. Right in.
Sound off in the comments.
Okay, are you on any weird niche sides of TikTok right now? Do you watch a lot of TikTok?
I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah, every now and then I get on because I need to see the trends and stuff so we can talk about them for the podcast. That's homework. But sometimes this is funny for a trend. I don't do a ton of trends either.
I know. Well, I do because I'm lazy now and I'm not funny anymore.
If I could think of an idea, I literally can't think of an idea. And I've been posting recently, and it's funny because our podcast clips are doing well. People's TikToks of me drunk at a bar do really well. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll post one. Flop.
I know. And do you feel that because you have so many other outlets? I just feel like there's only a certain amount of juice I have.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're going on other people's podcasts, you have your own podcast, you're doing stand up. I have my radio show, I'm writing all this shit. It's like, I just don't have that enough juice anymore. I get to the end of the day and I'm like, damn, I can't believe I used to do 4 fully made TikToks a day. I used to get the little green screen and my little mini mic. Yeah. And now I'm like, it's hard.
Yeah. This is a very, very niche
problem
thing, but I don't want to just post ads if you get an ad for TikTok. I need to have stuff in between ads. So that's a big catalyst for me to go on and get some whip out some content or post podcast stuff or whatever. But like, I can't imagine like following someone and being like, oh, ad. You're using me. Bye.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I try to get some stuff out, but it has changed a lot, especially like you said, I do stand up now. So any joke I think of, I'm like, I should do this at my show, not on TikTok for free.
That's it. Anything that I'm about to do a TikTok on, a little rant.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to save it for the pod.
I know. And then you can clip the pod.
Clip the pod.
That's why I'm like, okay, and this is cool. And I do think that there's like some weird scratch or itch that podcast clips that scratch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
On TikTok?
Where it's like, if I see a podcast clip or a stand-up clip, someone with a mic, I'm like, what do they have to say? What are they talking about? Except if it's a guy.
I'm listening.
It's like, every day I wake up at 6 a.m. and I beat my wife and then I go to the gym and then I'm like, okay. And they're like, if you just lock in, like you can, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I know.
Stop. There's so many people. I'm like, oh, that's pretty insightful. And then I go and it's all podcast clips. I'm like, block.
I know.
Did you see this guy, speaking of insecure men, this guy that did that,
the speech
at the college,
homophobic, misogynistic. His name is like Harrison Butker.
Yeah,
he was like,
name. Butker.
He was like, oh, I know you. It was a commencement speech.
It's a commencement speech.
He was like,
by the way, he's a kicker. Like,
I know.
Talk about someone who needs to be in the kitchen.
Like, I can't. I saw a TikTok that was like, it was alleged, so I won't repeat.
I know what you're going to say.
You did, yeah. And I was like, it fits. But yeah, I just know,
if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Get out of the kitchen. His wife must have been so embarrassed, or maybe she wasn't. But like when he was like, pride is a sin, I was like, you are in the wrong century. Yeah. Get out. We hate you so much. I can't believe he's telling all these women who just work so hard in their degree that the greatest thing that they'll ever do is get married. The greatest thing I'll ever do is legally bind myself to a man. You're smoking crack.
Well, someone stitched his video, and it was a woman. She was like, love my family, love my kids, love my husband so much, but my life ended when I
saw that.
got married, actually.
I reposted it. Yeah. I was like,
oh, maybe that's why I saw it. But I was like, yeah, like this idiot. Oh my gosh. That was literally like a podcast clip, like a guy's podcast clip, but on a stage with a platform. Yeah. I'm glad we weeded him out.
No, it's so embarrassing.
I think the scariest part about clips like that is the people that agree with him in the comments. Like, how many people are there like you?
No, there are a lot, I think. I know I looked at the comments and there were a few being like, well, if family is the most important thing to you, then that's that. And I'm like, don't twist this. Like, that's not what he's saying. He's saying specifically first of all, he's homophobic because he said that pride is
the craziest,
the craziest thing. Second of all, he's saying that it's nothing you do in life, like you're not important until you get married.
Yeah.
And that's your
role.
And you can love your family. Of course, everybody wants to be in love. Everybody wants to find, true love. And if they want to have a family, that's their choice. But like to say that there isn't other fulfillment and to say that you aren't valid as a person, because he didn't say the same is true for men. That's the thing. If his point of view was like, your life begins when you fall in love, I don't agree with you, but I understand. But the fact that he's saying just for women,
yeah,
go scratch.
Men, if you want to be like me, sit on the bench mostly and then perform one small task. Step up to the plate. Also, his mom is a physicist, a successful physicist.
I know, so fucked.
What a dumbass. It's crazy.
The NFL made a statement saying this in no way reflects our opinion. I wonder if it goes any further. I wonder if they do anything. I don't think that they can. I mean, what can they do? Kick him off?
No. I think that I could see there being like boycotts. I don't know if any of the audience that's like speaking out against how dumb he is really watching NFL.
It's the Swifties. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
they might.
It's a lot of, they're very powerful.
Yeah, they're a powerful group.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. He's just like, I mean, he's lost any brand deals or anything that he was going to do.
I don't think he was getting any brand deals.
Yeah, he should. Oh. Hey, that beard.
Yeah.
Both on his face and his wife. We'll see how that goes for him.
I'm dead. Connor, I love you.
I love you.
Do you want to, where can people find you? How can we support you?
I am on tour right now, Fibs and Friends. I guess it's wrapping up, but I got another tour in the fall.
You're going again?
Yeah, I haven't announced it at all. I love it. Yeah, it's so fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you go alone?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you not get lonely?
I do.
Yeah.
Period.
I have a panic attack when I travel alone. I don't like to travel alone.
I don't like flying anymore, but that's great because I'll be in 18 more cities flying every day.
No Boeing. Just be careful.
I know. That's why I need to fly Delta. I'm not even going to say this except right now, I guess, but an Airbus just caught fire.
I saw
Delta
it.
Airbus, damn it.
It was in Indonesia.
Oh, good. I mean... Not good for them. Good for, safe.
No, I'm on the worst thing because they know I'm like anxious person. I'm on like anti-Boeing TikTok, and that's getting me really, really riled up.
But you love Boeing, right? We love Boeing.
We love it. We love it so much. We're so proud of it. And they're working through the adversity. They'll be fine.
They put safety over profit every day.
No, we have no issues with Boeing here.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. This has been so fun. I feel like we could do an 8-hour podcast. We could just go and go.
I think we could go and go and go. Yeah, I think it would be good. I love you.
I love you.
Wish you were older. And
I'll get there. I will be at some point. You're in luck.
Where do people follow you?
I'm at Fibula, like the leg bone, Fibula, across all platforms.
Okay. And you can listen to Connor and Brooke's podcast.
Brooke and Connor make a podcast every Thursday.
Everywhere you get your podcast?
Everywhere you get your podcast.
Love that. Go listen. It's so good, you guys. And follow them on TikTok too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a thing from me or Office Hours. Bye.